Sushant Singh Rajput, the talented actor who essayed the role of Indian cricket captain MS Dhoni in a biopic, lives on to tell his own story. The controversy surrounding the unfortunate death of young and upcoming Bollywood actor Sushant Singh refuses to die down. The police of two major states fought a legal turf battle, and the Supreme Court had to intervene on Wednesday by ordering a CBI probe into his mysterious death. There's a fundamental question here. The death occurred in Mumbai, and it is the state of Maharashtra that has to investigate. It looked rather strange that an FIR was filed in Bihar and the Patna government started a probe. Suppose a man from Bengal commits suicide in Hyderabad. Who will investigate? The Telangana government or the Bengal government? The answer is rather simple. It is the Telangana government because the incident took place in that state. But the Supreme Court justified the CBI probe, invoking the court's inherent power under Article 142 of the Constitution to ensure the search for truth is undertaken by an independent investigation agency not controlled either by Maharashtra or Mumbai. Maharashtra did not file an FIR and stretched the investigation under Section 174 as a case of accidental death. On the other hand, the Bihar government filed an FIR based on the complaint filed by Rajput's father, K.K. Singh. The apex court found no wrongdoing by the Bihar police as the complaint disclosed a cognizable offence. There are innumerable instances in India when one police station refuses to register an FIR citing jurisdictional problems. Here, two states are fighting over the same case or the same jurisdictional competence. But the Supreme Court had to intervene because a war between two states and it was getting worse. But the Supreme Court had to intervene because a war between two states was getting nastier by the day. CBI will now formally start investigating the Sushant Singh death case from today, that is August the 20th. The CBI will now start investigating the Sushant death case from August 20. So, here are some questions that the CBI will have to find an answer to. 1. Is Sushant's death a suicide or murder? If suicide, what is the reason behind the suicide? Number 3. If it is murder, then what is the reason for the murder and who are the people behind it? 4. What is the role of Riya Chakrabarti, Sushant's live-in partner, in his death? Number 5. What is the role of the film fraternity or Bollywood in Sushant's death? Number 6. Was Sushant cheated? Was Sushant cheated and was his money siphoned off? Number 7. Who are the people who manipulated Sushant? Number 8. What is the relationship between Disha Salians and Sushant's death? Disha, of a talent management company, handled Sushant's account. She died on June 9 after reportedly jumping off or accidentally falling from the 14th floor residence of her fiancé's flat in Malad. 5 days after Disha's death, Sushant committed suicide. Number 9. What is the role of Sushant's staff? Number 10. Did Sushant suffer from any illness? Number 11. How accurate is Sushant's post-mortem reports? Number 12. How reliable are statements of eyewitnesses? Number 13. What happened between Riya and Sushant on June 8, just a day before Disha died? The CBI will also look into the role played by people who control Bollywood. Though much of anger against Bollywood Badshahs was initiated and overstated and its targets were unfairly selected, it is also hard to deny the substance of the allegation. Bollywood, it should be remembered, is still very much a family business. The people who run much of the industry grew up together, lived near each other, and their daddies were close pals, who played a deck of cards and drinks together. Bollywood has said in its defense that this is true of all Indian industry. But there is a difference. Indian industry is actually easier to break through than it was 30 years ago. Bollywood, which once welcomed men like Dilip Kumar, Dharmendra, Manoj Kumar, Sunil Dutt, and so many others who came to Bombay with nothing, is now much more a closed shop. If the anger had stopped there, and if it had forced Bollywood to take a long, hard look at itself, then this would be not a bad thing for the industry. There is always Mumbai versus outsiders element in the early anger following Sushant's death. But Bihar politicians who are preparing to fight an assembly election have twisted that anger to play on Bihari sentiments. Nitish Kumar's party's appeal to the voters is unshamedly emotional and exploitative. A talented young Bihari died in Mumbai in mysterious circumstances. We will seek out the truth and avenge him. This is the narrative. Nitish was doing this for his domestic constituency, and when Mumbai police protested, he asked for the case to be transferred to the CBI, which the Supreme Court agreed to. What started out as a suicide that shocked and then angered the tragic death of a talented actor has now become a great tamasha where everyone wants to take part and get attention for themselves and their own interests. The CBI will have its hands full trying to sort out a mess to arrive at the truth.